find implemented in this kind of arrangement might differ a bit from the processes you'll find in an ordinary border setting.
Kenya Revenue Authority has been banking on non-intrusive inspection, the technology such as X-ray or gamma-ray imaging type equipment, which gives customs an opportunity to have a quick insight of a container load without the need to open and unload it. This helps officers in either confirming or resolving the risk assessment, which reduces the number of unnecessary physical inspections. Huge investment in non-intrusive tools at the port and borders is key in reducing cargo dwell time, enhanced trade facilitation through faster movement of cargo, and enables KRA to collect more revenue. However, at the Malaba border, that's not the case.
And transit on the port, this is a one-stop border post, so they make only one stop at the country of destination. So if goods are destined to Uganda or Rwanda, once they arrive at Malaba, they don't stop at any place within the Kenyan side. They proceed directly to the Joint Verification Office. Joint Verification Office in Uganda, where we have our officer there.
Minister wa Uganda oba Uganda government okukolegana government ye Kenya.
We request Ugandan government to work together with the Kenyan government so that the issue is resolved, because it is not the same with the Ugandan system unless you pay some extra money.
Uganda is the biggest destination for transit cargo through Mombasa, accounting for about 83.2% of transit volumes. South Sudan takes up 9.9%, while DR Congo, Tanzania and Rwanda account for 7.2%, 3.2% and 2.4% respectively. In January, delays at the border affected truck turnaround time between Mombasa and Kampala, which increased to 10 days from 3.5 days. As of yesterday, the truck snarl-up had stretched about 30 kilometers, a situation similar to January this year, when Kenya and Uganda differed on the validity of COVID test certificates for drivers. Naomi Mtumba, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.
The Gender Strategy and Action Plan addresses keywords on tackling gender inequality issues in Uganda as government bodies adopt a holistic approach to all SDGs, develop oil resources and energy poverty, but also obtain resources for developing our infrastructure, putting an end to hunger, combating diseases, and taking care of environmental issues, sustainability.
It is in line with the SDG goal number 5, which is to achieve gender equity and empower women and girls, and SDG number 7, which ensures access to affordable, reliable, clean, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Takes a holistic approach to all the SDGs. A holistic approach. We are supposed to end energy poverty by making sure that we get access of energy, affordable energy, clean energy to all. But you are supposed to end the real poverty. You're supposed to end hunger. We are supposed to give education for all. You're supposed to give health for all. So we handle everything holistically. By doing this, I make sure that I protect our move to develop our upstream in the petroleum sector.
Ms. Grace Tumsime further goes on to explain functions of NDP3, saying that Sustainable Goals 5 and 7 are intended to raise awareness among Ugandans, improve access to and consumption of clean energy, boost the use of primary energy, and place emphasis on gender mainstreaming in the workplace.
One is to create awareness, to let everyone know that we have had this achievement. The second one is to appreciate the roles of the key stakeholders who have made this possible. And then the third one, Honorable Minister, is actually to formally present this strategy to us, to the public, to all the stakeholders.
Maintaining the NDP sustainable target is crucial because gender mainstreaming creates opportunities for infrastructure and economic growth. Uganda has seen significant progress in this area, and thanks to the creation of a sexual harassment policy that safeguards workers and facilitates good working relationships.
The Sustainable Development Goal number 5, which is clear on achieving gender equality and empowering women and girls as per the Beijing Declaration. Therefore, GIZ is actually pleased to note that over the years, the Energy Ministry has registered major improvements, and I think also that has been mentioned here in mainstreaming gender. That has included lots of elements of it, including development of a sexual harassment policy, which I'm made to understand, Honorable Minister, that it will also be launched today.
Only 42.6% of the indicators required to track the SDGs from the standpoint of gender were accessible as of December 2020, and there were gaps in important areas, particularly in the field of information and communication technology skills. Additionally, several sectors lack equivalent approaches to routine monitoring, including gender and environment, physical and sexual harassment, women's access to assets, including land, and gender and poverty. For Uganda to fulfill its SDG obligation relating to gender, it is imperative to close gender data gaps. Martha Nimsima, Smart 24 TV.
Banking, which has more than 7 million users, is currently the most widely used method of credit access in Uganda. Because of the nation's growing technological acceptance and use, telecom businesses have seen a 10 times growth post-COVID. And now rural residents now have better access to financial services.
Especially when you look at masses of the people, whereby traditionally, if you look at the banks, commercial banks, they could only offer credit to the people with collaterals. With mobile money, the most interesting thing that we have been able to extend with the fintechs, we are able to extend this service to literally everyone just by looking at your payment behavior and being able to do a credit score. You'll be from what we trying to look at the period before the COVID and the post-COVID era, and what we can see is some of the behavior, some of the services that we introduced during that COVID time, where like in Airtel Money we were able to offer a Wewole loan product. What we have seen is a 10 times growth post-COVID, meaning that that product was needed in the society.
This expansion, of course, attracted greater attention and fraud, which is why the Uganda Communications Commission continues to turn off fake phones.
One of the questions that came to the panel was, why are we enabling reversal of the money? Why are we enabling people to reverse money? We might have offered a service and it's being reversed. So we have clarified that that reversal, when you initiate it, for example, in Airtel Money by dialing *185*8 hash, then selecting the transaction we want to reverse, we do not complete the reversal. We hold that money so that customer care now can engage the two parties so that they agree on whether to complete the reversal or to release the money back to the owner.
What Uganda Communications Commission is trying to do is not remove button phones. Yes, we would desire that every Ugandan gets a smartphone, because that's the only way they will enjoy broadband services. Because with that button phone, it cannot do internet. But there are those phones, whether it is a smartphone, whether it's a button phone, that are substandard. I may stand here with you and you say, my phone has no network, and I'm telling you, yeah, but mine I'm able to connect. So if your phone is not made to the right standards, you're going to have quality of service issues. You've heard those stories about the person had a phone in their pocket and it exploded. But it was supposed to be an actual Nokia phone. You find it was not a genuine phone. So we are trying to address the issue of risks of health and safety and quality of service by making sure whether it's a capability phone, whether it is a smartphone, but for as long as it is substandard.
According to sources, the Private Sector Foundation Uganda wants to implement the nationwide payment switch to lower the cost of financial services.
If services are there and are expensive, people will not use them. That's why I've said all the players need to collaborate and find a way of making these prices affordable. For example, in the payment systems, that's why you see the Private Sector Foundation is working on the national payment switch. Now, if there is a national payment switch, costs of transactions will be cheap because the national payment switch will be supported and regulated by the government. There won't be issues of MTN to Airtel expensive, MTN to MTN cheap, because there will be one national payment switch. In the same spirit, internet service providers should reach at a point where they find a way of reducing the cost of internet, because it is a great enabler, but again, it being expensive makes it a disenabler.
Security is very important as we push for financial inclusion. Awareness and sensitization, especially on the customer's side, is the only way we can combat cyber fraud. Ronana Habwe, Smart 24 TV.
Uganda's handcrafts are marketed to both domestic and foreign markets. With inconsistent market access, entry and penetration strategies, as well as insufficient market distribution networks, Uganda's handcraft industry is mostly conducted informally. Both natives and foreigners are being consumers of art and craft in Uganda because it has the ability to preserve culture, and so many people buy the works of art because of their origins and cultural heritage. Together with the United Nations, Ministry of Tourism has been working together with Uganda through different projects to enhance the sector.
We have done the fair trade certification, which is almost at the end, towards the end. And here we are, the three producers are being certified under the World Fair Trade Certification in order to trade under fairer conditions. Under certification also we have done the QMS, that is Quality Management System, on ISO 9001. 3 companies are also being certified to get that. We have also done exhibitions, in regional exhibitions. We took six producers to Mwanza for the East African Community exhibition, the Juakali, where they sold their crafts and they networked and also got some deals. We have also taken 3 producers to Dubai Downtown Design Hub. Here the producers have showcased the interior, the 3 producers that have showcased their products for interior decor, hotels and restaurants, kitchen, everything. That one was also done. We also developed 11 websites for the 11 enterprises. So they are now, most of them are selling online using the website. We are also constructing a production center for a big association along the tourism circuit near Maction Falls National Park at Chumbanyobo Gate, where the producers will congregate and make sure that they quality assure all their products before they dispatch them for selling.
Over 100 businesses from all over Uganda will showcase their solid locally produced goods, and more than 10,000 people are anticipated to participate in the expo to promote value addition, produce more handcrafted goods of high quality and display.
Under this project, one of the deliverables, ladies and gentlemen, is the hosting of or holding of the Uganda Crafts Expo. This is the first one of its kind, and this is purely Ugandan crafts, authentic Ugandan crafts, which is going to be hosted next week from 24th to 26th November at the Uganda Museum.
Martin Mugara Bahinduka, the State Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, informed Ugandans that this expo is a chance to train more people and equip them with more skills so that they can serve the private sector as well as the government of Uganda.
That for us, ours is mainly to create the enabling environment so that our people can participate and make some income at the end of the day. We shall not do everything for the entire private sector, but we shall always create a platform, and that's why we're saying in terms of trading and all this, to make sure that our people compete fairly or produce products that can compete internationally with the rest of the people in the business globally. Now,
Minister Bahinduka says 120 groups were trained by the Ministry of Tourism, and they are going to exhibit some of their products as well as searching for the markets.
Groups, and they're in the thousands. I think as a ministry, we've already trained 120 groups so far, given them the skill to go and train the others that at the lower local governments or the other parts of the country. So I believe the numbers are good, but probably going forward as we champion the sector, and I want to thank, like the Commissioner said, the European Union for supporting us in this, that we shall get better, maybe avail better figures going forward. But it is something that involves so many people, and want to encourage them to produce the best products that can compete globally so that they can make a living.
The expo will offer a once-in-a-lifetime chance for those working in the handcraft and sub-new subsector to network, meet potential customers, and talk about business opportunities with the stakeholders, including service providers, along the sector's value chain.
as NSSF continues to support the SDG 5 for sustainability in Uganda, addressing the issues women experience and meeting the demands of their leadership development. The following subjects were addressed in the engagement: gender and negotiation, board dynamics, successful change tactics, and negotiating the male factor in the workplace. Managerial Business Advisor Uganda Development Bank says women need to understand how to use their individual abilities to convince and influence in order to succeed in business.
For women today to advance, they need spaces where they can, 1, find self, 2, express themselves, 3, be able to deliver without being held back. And that's what this session is. This is a kind of session where it does not matter if you're employed, it does not matter if you own your business, but it is a space for you to get to know how you can advance as a woman in this environment of ours so that you can be able to thrive.
Go all the way. So in summary, not necessarily. Societal norms have created challenges. They've got to be acknowledged. So it's one thing to say, as an institution, we are an equal opportunity employer. It's another to acknowledge the fact that in spite of being an equal opportunity employer, the truth is the ladies are not there. Remember our board when it was appointed, there was only one lady. Did you notice? I hope you did. It was obvious. Yeah? And it took the intervention of the new supervising minister, Minister of Gender and Labour, her mandate to create a reconstitution that brought more ladies. That's affirmative action.
Women's empowerment equips and allows women to make life-determining decisions through the different societal problems. This may be defined in several ways, including accepting women's viewpoints, making an effort to seek them, and raising the status of women through education, awareness, literacy, and training.
It's tailor-made for the women at NSSF just to show them that they have the potential and the ability to improve and to grow and become leading women within the organization. Because our idea is that not only men have the opportunities, but also women have the abilities and the potential to be at the seat.
I started getting interested in the subject of diversity and how diverse teams are high-performing teams. And part of that question of diversity was really about what women bring to the table. So it's not about one being more superior than the other. It's really about the power of teams and the power of diversity. So consciously myself, when I got the opportunity to expand the team, I've always said that we need more ladies in the team. And I started to research about the benefits that ladies bring, especially when it comes to decision making.
Women's empowerment has become a significant topic of discussing in development and economics. Economic development allows women to control and benefit from resources, assets, and income. Bronya Katsime, Rona Nahabwe, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.